Good evening, I'm DK Ronsner. Welcome back to the TTT News. The last time we officially spoke with President of the T&T Natural Artisans, Madonna Roudett, we were in studio and discussing Mango Melee. Christmas is in the air and we're talking about sorrel now. So thank you for joining us once more, Madonna, and we'll be talking about the Sorrel Melee. How are you?
I'm good, thank you.
But we can't just leave the Mango Melee like that. So in terms of results, how was the melee or the Mango Melee?
We had two factors that were against us, the weather and the elephant in the room, the pandemic. But considering the two factors, we were well prepared and it turned out well.
And with that, I want to ask whether or not there are any lessons that you learned that are going to be applied to the Sorrel Melee.
Crisis management.
Okay.
Definitely.
And now, this is on Sunday, please go on. But yes, apparently there's been a long lead up to the Sorrel Melee. So there have been 40 days of sorrel. What has that been like? And what were some of the things that were happening there?
Some of the things we did was, well, one of the main things we did is we were at the Namdefco Farmers Market. And this Saturday is actually the last day at the Farmers Market. And we try to educate people on the different things that could be done with the sorrel, nutrition facts, little tips that they could do at home, some recipes, just basically to educate them on sorrel is so much more than just juice.
So what are those things? And I also know that was there a recipe book, I believe?
Yes, we have a
not necessarily,
book,
yeah, not necessarily new, but
Sorrel Melee recipe book, and it's available at the festival. We had a lot of people that actually bought the book through the page within the 40 days of sorrel.
So, but you say it's still going to be available on the day in question?
Yeah, it's available on Sunday, yes.
Because it's one thing to see that yes, we're making sorrel, and yes, we use it for this and we use it for that. But what are some of the ways that you all were educating people, saying, okay, well, sorrel is so much more. These are some of the things that you can do with it. While we're getting some images.
Mm-hmm. One of the things we want people to understand is the same way we would use all the local fruits. This could also be done with sorrel. And the one thing that I think some people don't understand, which is what we're trying to get them to, to come to terms with, is the sorrel flavor changes according to what you use it with. For example, this year we have the sorrel cocoa balls again, and the sorrel actually accentuates the taste of the chocolate.
And now I'm seeing, as we touch on the Castile soap, how does that help? Is it that it helps to clean the hair, the shaft of the hair? Does it give it a little more body? Because I've seen,
in terms of sorrel, when it comes to your skin, it's one of those things that helps to bring out the natural glow of your skin, and healthy skin is always glowing. So it helps with the health of your skin. And in terms of hair, it's that same thing, because healthy hair always has a natural shine.
All right, so we're looking at some images now, and that begs the question, what will be available on the day, and who are some of the people involved?
Well, the images that everyone would be seeing now are actually confirmed products that are going to be available this Sunday. We have Aries with their sorrel relish, barley creme with sorrel vinegar, 100% pure cane juice with sorrel cane juice. I know that one is a really outside the box for some folks. We have G&B blends with sorrel punch creme. We have Trinidad bakes with the sorrel and pumpkin bread. We have signature edition with sorrel pastries, Personnel with sorrel liquor. Of course, we have sorrel fruit cake. And for the people who are very traditional at Christmas, we have events with sorrel sweetbread. And we have Spioka also with, people who, you like to take care of yourself, your natural skin lotion, and of course it's sorrel.
And is this something that people develop over time? Are there recipes? I mean, because I know you spoke about the recipe book, but does the recipe have will the recipe book have some of the other uses of sorrel in it? Or is this something that you all share? Because it seems as though anything that has to do with sorrel, if we go on the page, we'll see. So, and you can also give us some information about that page, thank you.
Well, all right, first thing, the page for the Sorrel Melee can be found on Facebook and Instagram, Sorrel Food Melee or Sorrel Melee. And one of the things that I would mention that definitely this year I met a lot of people who well, of course, the traditional thing in Trinidad is a drink, just a drink. The fruitcake is now slowly coming on the scene. The jam is slowly coming on the scene. Jam is also available. But we want people to be welcoming to step outside of their comfort zone. And it's why even during the year, we still do updates on the page as to, you know, make people more comfortable with sorrel. I remember last year when we introduced the sorrel vinegar, a lot of people were like, "Oh, you're mad." And we're very, Trinidadians are very traditional people. We tend to stick with what we know, unless somebody kind of pretty much bangs us over the head and makes us accept something. So we don't want to bang people over the head to get them to accept sorrel in these type of ways, but we want them to appreciate that, hey, just as much as you love sorrel juice, you can also love sorrel fruitcake, you can also love sorrel jam, you can also love sorrel molasses gingerbread, you can also love, which brings me to another subject, well, another topic. We have a lunch that's going to be on sale, and it's going to be a sorrel and pumpkin bread hoagie, and it's going to have a sorrel slaw on top, and then the condiments are sorrel ketchup, sorrel chow chow.
And I like the fact that you speak about coming out of your comfort zone, because one of the things that the pandemic in general has shown us is that it makes sense to be able to rely on yourself a little more as opposed to having to look for things from outside, which could be challenged by borders, the fact that certain processes have slowed down. And one thing that I know for a little while is someone making, not necessarily a relish, but the way that you would have that cranberry dressing or cranberry sauce, that dip.
Exactly.
They've been doing that for a while.
A sorrel dressing, the same way the people would have that traditional cranberry dressing. We have it in sorrel, and we have it about 3 different ways. I know some people may not understand this, but it is the time for us. This pandemic is actually teaching us that it's a great time for us to appreciate and to rely upon the local artisans, to give them more support, to build that bridge, that relationship between artisan and citizen. It is the time for us to invest in local.
Definitely. And looking at the fact that, I didn't ask the question, will it be possible to get fresh sorrel as well? Because you're just talking about jam, ketchup, vinegar, dressing, bread, this, that. People can buy sorrel too?
Yes. We have fresh sorrel on sale. We will again have the pink sorrel. The stock is limited. I'm saying it up front, but we will have the pink sorrel and we will have black sorrel on sale. And we're trying to offer people a great price so they feel that coming to make their purchase will be worth it.
And I want to talk a little more about the logistics of that just after this break. We are speaking with Madonna Roudett. Sorrel Melee is on, and you don't want to miss the more information we have for you. So stay with us. Welcome back. We are speaking with Madonna Roudett. All things Sorrel Melee is on. And Madonna, we have an idea of some of the things on sale, but where is it going to, where is this event going to be taking place?
The event is at number 2 Dean Street in St. Augustine. For those who are confused on where that is, it's the first street east of Lakshmi Girls College.
So that is if you're going towards the east, is the first street after Lakshmi Girls?
Yes, that's right.
And is it on the left or the right when you turn into that street?
On the left.
All right. And
Second building on your right.
And what are some of the other logistics of the day? Because I know so yes, we have the location. Now I remember for the Mango Melee, there was an effort to have a certain flow of traffic so that you wouldn't have people milling around, as opposed to you get your stuff and you leave. So how does that take place on the day?
Oh, one of the things that we've been doing from November is we have an online catalog that people can look through. We actually have had people placing orders, and they've made different times to pick up. So if anyone goes to the Facebook page, Sorrel Melee, on the top of the page, as you barely start scrolling down, you'll see the catalog. We have it in video form and photo form. And you can go through the catalog and place an order by inbox, and then you can come and collect your order. So that way, when you come in, your whole experience is quick, and you can get in and get out.
All right, so what you're saying is that on the Facebook page for Sorrel Melee, there is the catalog that you have in video form, and you direct message. So we send a Facebook message to Sorrel Melee about the things that we want.
Yes, you can make your request. You go through the catalog. You write if it's you want 2 chow chows, you want 2 sorrel ketchup, you want 2 sorrel juices. You can do that through the inbox by watching the catalog, or if you are a person that you feel you need to see what you want to buy, you can come in. But as usual, we no mask, no entry. You sanitize on entry, you make your purchase, and we're not entertaining at the event.
Okay, and what time is it from? From when to when?
It's from 1 p.m. to 5 p.m. We also have a blind sorrel taste challenge. So people who are coming specifically for that, it's at 3:30. And what that entails is there are 6 items, and each person is blindfolded and placed to try. You're going to try the items, these 6 items, and as you eat each item or drink, whichever one it may be, you are going to tell us what you think it is. And the person who gets the most correct answers within whatever it is they eat or drink, they're going to win a large hamper.
No, there have also been some other competitions, because I think there was a giveaway of a mortar and pestle. So what was that about? How or has that happened as yet? And what was the competition about to win that prize?
We had 2 mortar and pestles coming away. One was done by the interaction on the page, responding to educational tidbits where we randomly gave a prize. And then one is in the hamper that the person is going to win for the sorrel tasting.
And I find it funny that those mortar and pestles, they made out of mango, right?
Yeah, we have to do something for the sister page. We have to pay homage. Sorrel and mango they pair very well.
Okay. How do people source these items? Is it possible to source them after the melee? Because I know one of the things that people like these kind of craft markets for, or these when the artisans actually come together, is you making those connections.
Mm-hmm. We will have a complete list on the page of how to contact each artisan and the item that they would have had on Sunday, as well as we actually have photos with who is producing what. So people already have a sense of who they can contact, like if they want an item.
You're organized. So what has the response to the page been like thus far in terms of people doing pre-orders? And because I'm sure people are very happy to make their orders, pick up and go back in the house and do what they're doing.
It's actually a lot better than we thought it would be. I think some people are quite happy with the fact that they don't have to come out of their home, because we're perfectly okay with answering questions. People want to know, is there clove in this? Is there cinnamon in this? Because, some people may have sensitivity to certain ingredients. So they could also make a special request, and this enables them to do that by being able to ask questions before the day of and so on. So it has definitely been it's a new experience for us to be able to give people this option, and it has definitely been an asset for the melee.
And I guess the artisans could also appreciate the fact that this also allows for some pre-sale. So I know that this is already kind of booked. This person is coming for this. So we have a little better idea as opposed to just saying, well, I hope that I organize and I do well today.
That has actually been a key point for some people because I mean, not everyone has gotten orders, but some people more so than others. But it is definitely an incentive for us because we know, okay, the interest is there, the love for the items is there, and we know that we're doing something right.
Now, Madonna, in all this talk that we talk, I find there's something that you haven't spoken to me about. I saw a picture.
I know what it is. I know what it is.
I saw a picture with a cheesecake.
Of that sorrel cheesecake.
With a cheesecake. Talk to me about that cheesecake, please.
All right. The sorrel cheesecake, because the artisan is a person with carpal tunnel, she's only doing by orders. So that's why on the post, and I apologize in advance to everyone, that they may not come and see the cheesecake on the day of. So the reason is she has carpal tunnel syndrome. So she is going to be working only on orders, on pre-orders. So if you already made your orders, which the cheesecake orders would close 7 o'clock this evening, then you're all set. But if you have not, I apologize in advance.
That look kind of like a sorry, but not sorry, you know. But thank you for clearing it up and giving us that information. Are there any other things or any other items like that that would only be available per request? So that people can know now?
No, that's the only item.
And moving forward, what do you think this kind of does for the melees? Because I'll include both of them in terms of being able to have a little more interaction before the day, being able to interact with customers before the day, and being able to have an idea, sense some communication going on. Is that a good thing? You say there have been some gains. There's some people who haven't necessarily seen some of that interaction. But what do you think this means for us as a president?
Well, the thing about the pandemic has brought forced Trinbagonians into an era of purchasing online. Something that is really only seen and heard of when you purchase from outside of the country. So it has definitely thrown in melee events into virtual online purchasing, and it has helped us to grow a couple steps. The artisans are very happy about this because as we just discussed, they get purchases in advance. We've had requests from people who wanted to pick up even before Sunday, which is of course a plus. But it's a lesson for us in terms of that you always have to keep thinking outside of the box and be ready to anticipate anything that comes or it's thrown at us.
And I guess that would also bring the artisans along, because there may be some people, I'm making my cake, my taste is good, every time I reach, it's selling out, but at the same time, having a little more of an online presence so people see, okay, well, this is what the cake looks like. When I cut into that cake, I see any fruits and everything, as opposed to just being this, and just making sure that people kind of move along that way. Sometimes dragging, kicking and screaming, but at the same time happening.
Yeah, we just want to remain, we want to, not, I shouldn't say remain, we want to be relatable. We want people to be able to purchase with confidence. Because as an artisan, it's something that many people are hesitant about when it comes to purchasing from us. But it's ironic because many people will go to the grocery store and purchase a new brand and have never tried it and buy it with confidence.
But we want to thank you for giving us some of that confidence so we can make it out to the Sorrel Melee. It is on December 20. Don't miss it. If you want the cheesecake, you need to order by 7 on this day, which is the 18th. But thank you very much, Madonna. On behalf of the entire news team, I'm DK Roster. We want to thank you for joining us and wish you a good night.